afternoon. Before we begin, can I remind members that social distancing measures in place in the Chamber and across the Holywood campus. I ask that members take care to observe these measures over the course of this afternoon's business, including when entering and exiting the Chamber. Time for reflection today. Leader is the Reverend Louise Purdon, Minister of Bonnyrigg Parish Church.
I am extremely grateful for the kind invitation to digitally join you today in Parliament. Thank you very much for having me. As I prepared for today, I remembered the last time that I was physically in the Scottish Parliament, which was as a member of the audience for Question Time. It was one of the last episodes hosted by David Dimbleby, and I waited eagerly to see if my question would be answered. It wasn't. But I didn't mind at all, because from my teenage years, Question Time was a real event in our house. We would join in the debates, booing and cheering in panto style, as we listened to the various guests putting forward their opinions. It was in this environment that I was able to formulate my own ideas. It was through listening to others that I began to establish my own opinions. I have a postcard in my study, which is produced by the charity The Samaritans. It says, 1 in 3 teenagers need a good listening to. I actually disagree. I think 3 in 3 humans need a good listening to. Listening is a powerful act. I wonder if you've ever felt frustrated when you've not felt listened to, or even worse, when someone has listened but hasn't heard what you've said. I'm sure you can relate. As I look to my example of Jesus, I see lots of examples where he asked the right questions, never making presumptions. I read recently that between the ages of 2 and 5, children ask 40,000 questions. It's how we learn and it's how we grow. We need to ask questions, but we also need to listen. Listening isn't always easy though. It can take great effort. I'm sure I'm not alone in being guilty of nodding and smiling while inside wondering what I'm going to have for my tea. Or think it's sitting in a Zoom chat and getting distracted and beginning to daydream about a time when we can meet together in more than 2 households. Truly listening is something beautiful. In an essay by Brenda Ueland, she writes, "Those who really listen to us are the ones we move toward. We want to sit in their radiance as if it did us good." Each one of us needs a right good listening. And each day we have an opportunity to truly listen to others. What impact might that have on individuals? What impact might that have on society? I pray that Scotland says something that's truly worth listening to. And to quote Jesus, I pray that we have ears to hear.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The next item of business.